next speaker this morning, a lot of you might have known about this technology, a lot of you may not have, but that's exactly why he's here. He's the man behind the entire LMai technology from SRIT, and to explain that to you a little further, put your hands together for Mr. Syed Yasin.
Good morning all. If you look at the internet, it's quite obvious and evident that in just a matter of a few years, internet has revolutionized the way we perceive information. And any good application that is built around internet would obviously be valuable as well. Fortunately, internet also happens to be a global repository of most of the world's information, if not all. And bringing that information to the precise needs of the users is actually the foundation of search engine business. The challenge, however, lies in bringing the precise data that will actually meet the needs of the users, which is something that has kept researchers and scientists in search engine industry busy with working and coming up with algorithms that will actually help the search engines understand the context of what the users might be looking for. So the big question is, why is it important to invent or develop algorithms that will in turn help the search engines understand the context of the user queries? The answer to this would be obvious when we analyze a couple of problems that each of the users using the internet search technology would face. Now, there are a couple of problems which are listed here. It's like most of the time, most of the users do a search or look for information to gain more knowledge on a particular piece of data. And most of the time, these users are not very sure of what they actually want. They have a feeble idea of what they're looking for, and it's up to the search engine to actually analyze the search queries given to the user and provide with results and various options that will actually take the users to the content information that might actually help them. That is very important. Apart from this, there are significant problems, like say a synonymy problem, a polysemy problem. A synonymy problem is one wherein you have multiple words referring to the same object. Like some people might type in cell phone to look for cell phone information, while others might type in mobile phone. Although the keyword's different, the context of what they are looking for is the same. The polysemy problem is actually the inverse of a synonymy problem, wherein you have one word referring to many objects. Like, say for example, Java is a technology. Java is also an island in Indonesia. So I as a technologist might type in Java with the intention of finding results on Java technology, but my friend might be interested in locations. So although we both type the same word Java, the information which he is looking for is different from the information which I'm trying to look for myself. So it's very important to have search algorithms that are intelligent enough to help the search engine understand the context of what each of the users is actually looking for. Apart from these problems, there is a general problem which most of us face, wherein you know what you want. The users know what they want, what exactly they want, but will not be able to figure out or provide the right exact search query to the search engine so that it can fetch that information to the user. Let's understand this with a scenario or example. Like say for example, a person having mental health problems is suffering from a disease of what the doctor calls as obsessive compulsive disorder. That is obsessive compulsive disorder. A little complex word for a normal person to remember. So obviously after a few days he forgets the name of the disease, he calls with the doctor, and the doctor is busy. So he logs on to the internet, opens up a search engine page and tries to type in to look for information on obsessive compulsive disorder. But unfortunately, he's forgotten the very keyword itself. However, he remembers that obsessive compulsive disorder, which he has forgotten, is related to mental health. So at this point, he types in mental health, but not with the intention of finding information on mental health, but with the intention of finding something which is forgotten. So it is very important to have search algorithms that can understand the context of what these users are looking for. Now, if the search engine were not equipped with algorithms that understand the context of user queries, then such search engines would merely provide results based on the keyword relevance, but may not be able to help understand and provide various options to the user that can actually help the user get to the content information he's looking for. So the solution is to come up with algorithms that will help the search engine understand the context of what the users are looking for and provide with various options within the context so that the users get to the content even if the search queries provided by them are not accurate. Alright? Now LMI is one search algorithm, okay, which learns by itself from the data itself. Okay, it's an algorithm, you know, it's called as Latent Metonymical Analysis Indexing. You can also call it as LMI. And it's an algorithm that automatically identifies words that are related to each other and builds contextual dictionaries that in turn help the search engine understand the context of what the users might be looking for. It's an algorithm that is based on the concept of unsupervised machine learning or advanced machine learning. It's not an algorithm based on neural networks. In neural networks, if you have a little knowledge on artificial intelligence, you need to provide with a huge set of data in order for the machine to start making decisions on its own. You call that data as training set. So for LMI, you don't have to provide with any training set. The algorithm learns all by itself from the data itself. Now that's the uniqueness of this algorithm. So it's very important to have algorithms that learn by themselves, understand the context of the user queries, and help the search engine provide with various options to the users. Now, to prove the capabilities of LMI, which is the algorithm, let me tell you, LMI is not a search engine from scratch. It's an algorithm that could be used in various applications. We'll look into the applications later. But it's an algorithm, essentially, to prove its capabilities, we have boxed it as a plugin to connect to any typical search engine. All right? So we've actually, built a search solution to prove the capabilities of LMI. We have connected LMI on a search engine, and the resultant search solution, we call it as a Cogno. It stands for Intelligent Cognitive Systems. So this is the implementation of LMI. As you can see, LMI sits as a plugin on top of any search engine, and that's a high-level architecture that you see. It has its own analysis and indexing process. It has its own retrieval engine. End of the day, when the user gives a query, it hits both the LMI index and the base search engine index, and the results are combined in order to portray context-based results to the user. So, long and the short, LMI provides context-based feature to the search engines and also add relevance to the base search engine to actually understand much better of what we just discussed. Let's have a quick demo of this search algorithm. Now, this is search algorithm. We have not gone live. And let's repeat the same scenario of mental health. The patient has forgotten the name of the disease, obsessive compulsive disorder. He remembers mental health. So we'll type the same mental health here and see if this search algorithm helps the user get to the content information he's looking for. So we get some results. We'll look into the best results later. We have some options here. Search within topic of mental health. You have many options like homeless health concerns, stuff like that. And then you have something interesting here, search-related topics. The LMI knows depression, schizophrenia, panic disorder, child behavior disorder, anxiety are all related to mental health without any guidance. It has learned by itself that these words are actually related to mental health. Okay, so this user actually looks for options to find, the information he's looking for. He goes further down the options, and yes, he finds something on obsessive compulsive disorder. So he's found the keyword which he had forgotten from something which he knew that it is related to it. So he knew mental health is related to obsessive compulsive disorder, which he had forgotten, and search engine was able to help him. Rather, the search algorithm was able to help the user find the information which he had forgotten. So he clicks on obsessive compulsive disorder because that is the information he's looking for. He gets some results on that. Now, please note that there is some section here called best results. It's a very unique section wherein the algorithm helps enhance the relevance of the base search engine. It's like when you get best results, the users have got exactly what they're looking for. Like, see if you can click on this particular link, open up this page, web page, you find it is actually related to obsessive compulsive disorder. And those best results are until this. And after that, their normal results go on.